day, learners. Welcome to Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. My name is Salau Abubakar Olaoluwa. I'll be taking you history. The topic we'll be looking at today is Economic Community of West African States, which is being acronymed as ECOWAS. The learning objective includes, at the end of the lesson, students should be able to explain the origin of ECOWAS, list the achievements of ECOWAS, and also outline the challenges faced by ECOWAS as an organization. Introduction. When we are talking about ECOWAS, ECOWAS can be regarded as a sub-regional international organization. And when we are looking at international organization, we are looking at an organization whose members are independent nation states that comes together for a common purpose. And in the case of ECOWAS, ECOWAS is being formed for the promotion of political and economic cooperations as well as the development of the region and cooperation among member states. It was founded on the 28th of May 1975 through the Lagos Treaty. This is a treaty that was signed in Lagos, which is then the capital of Nigeria. That is where the ECOWAS treaty was being signed, and that is what gave birth to the emergence of ECOWAS as an international organization. Then we'll look at presently the administrative headquarters of ECOWAS is located in Abuja, which is the current capital of Nigeria, while Lome serves as the financial hub or financial headquarters of ECOWAS. Now, we'll go into membership. Just as we stated earlier, membership of international organizations are independent nation states. And likewise, the membership of ECOWAS are among sovereign independent nation states within the West Africa sub-region. It is important to know that at a point in time, every membership of ECOWAS used to change, because initially the membership stands at 16, and presently with the withdrawal of Mauritania from ECOWAS, the membership of ECOWAS now stands at 15. And another issue that we need to look at is that at a point in time, as a result of political issue, tension, or suspension of a member state, some members are being suspended at a point in time and being recalled, and at a point in time some members withdraw their membership. And currently, as at 2024, we have 4 members that are being we have 3 members of ECOWAS that are being suspended, and these members are Mali, Guinea, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Those are the 4 current members that are being suspended out of the 15 members of ECOWAS. But when we are looking at it generally, the 15 members of ECOWAS are being divided into 3 stratas, and these 3 stratas are based on the official language of those countries. And it is also important to know that those 3 strata and the 3 language are also the 3 official language which is being used by ECOWAS, and this language is English, and the countries from those English-speaking countries are being called the Anglophone. We have the Francophone countries, which are the French-speaking countries, and we have the Portuguese-speaking countries. The members from the Anglophones are Nigeria, Ghana, the Gambia, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, while the countries from a French-speaking country and from the French-speaking countries include Senegal, Guinea, Togo, Mali, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Mauritania, and Niger Republic. And it is important to know that currently Mauritania is a founding member of ECOWAS, but currently not a member of ECOWAS. And the two countries from the Portuguese-speaking country are Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau. Then we will look at the aims and objectives of ECOWAS. The aims and objectives of ECOWAS are the main reason why the organizations are being established, and these aims and objectives are what also informed their activities and the operations of ECOWAS. The first aim and objective of ECOWAS is promotion of economic cooperation and development. Just like integration is an integral part of economic development, ECOWAS also members of ECOWAS also tries to promote trade, economic activities and development among themselves. Also, elimination of custom duties. They also try to remove the payment of custom duty for trades and activities among member states, just to eliminate barrier and reduce the stress that involve in doing trade among member states. It also include the establishment of common tariff. This common tariff will help them have a similar regulation on trade on trade with external bodies, and also the harmonization of policies. This harmonization of policies ensure that the policy in every department and parastatal of government in every member state are being tried as much as possible to be unified, so that the same thing that applies or the same thing that takes place in a country is also what is applicable in other member countries. Then we will be looking at the structure and organs of ECOWAS. When we are looking at the structure and organs of ECOWAS, we will be looking at the authority of head of state and government, which is the highest decision-making body of the organization. We will be looking at the commission, which is being headed by the executive secretary and the president of commission. This person can be equated to the secretary general, as we have it in some other international organizations, and they serve the administrative responsibility of ECOWAS. Also, we have the community parliament, which are the combination and the meeting of the lawmakers in each member state. Then we have the community court of justice, which is the judiciary arms of ECOWAS, and we also have some other organs of ECOWAS that has been given some certain responsibility to carry out. Also, we'll now be looking at the achievements and sources of ECOWAS. The first one is the removal of custom duties. It is important to know that as a result and emergence of ECOWAS, custom duties has been removed from trade among member states. This aid the ease of doing business among people within member states, and it also led to the increase in the volume of trade and services that are being exchanged among member states. Also, we will look at expansion of market. The removal of custom duty also lead to the expansion of market, whereby people in Nigeria see the neighboring country of Cotonou, Togo, and Ghana as an extension of their market, whereby the market is not limited only to the territorial boundaries of Nigeria, whereas it expands across the whole region of West Africa. Then exchange of raw materials. This also is one of the achievements of ECOWAS, because it aids the manufacturing industry in every member state, as countries are able to exchange raw materials for processing and production of goods. Also, the execution of joint projects. This also aids the development of infrastructural facility among member states. For example, now the joint rail project that is being embarked by ECOWAS to ease the movement of goods and services among member states. Also, reduction of tariff. There is a reduction in tariff that is being levied on member states compared to what is being levied on external participants. So that's another achievement of ECOWAS. Also, we look at the establishment of funds. Before, this funds is an institution that is being established, but the funds has now been metamorphosed into the ECOWAS Bank for Cooperation and Development. So this fund is to ensure that member states are being supported with financial resources in development and in times of need, and also elimination of administrative restriction. The elimination of administrative restriction makes sure that the bureaucratic bottleneck that hinders some activities among member states, whether by private individual or among government sectors, are being eliminated, and it leads to easy implementation of policies and actions. Also, the formation of ECOMOG, which has also helped in maintaining peace and security in countries that are in crisis. For example, now the ECOMOG are being deployed in Liberia to settle the internal crisis. Also, the harmonization of unity. This is something that is very important as an achievement of ECOWAS, because it is easy for people in Nigeria to go to other neighboring countries to exchange ideas, to know each other, to also to also interact with each other. It leads to unity, harmonization of unity among member states, and it creates a platform for people to actually meet, interact, and collaborate. So now we'll be looking at the challenges that is being faced by ECOWAS for them to perform optimally, or for them to have been able to meet their aims and objectives. The number one challenges is financial problem. ECOWAS as an organization is faced by financial problem because ECOWAS as an organization does not have a source of income on its own. It relies heavily on the donation and promise that is being made by member states, which means that invariably, if any member state does not oblige to its obligation, it will be greatly affected by ECOWAS, and political instability among member states, which hinders them from meeting up with their obligation, are a source of instability, invariably cause financial instability within ECOWAS. So another challenge is language barrier. As we've looked at it previously, there are 3 different official languages that is being used within ECOWAS, and these the differences in these languages has actually created a barrier and challenges for easy administration. And also ideological differences. When we look at ideological differences, it's come from this stems from the colonial masters that colonize each member state. A lot of member states still tends to lean more and lean towards their colonial master. Just like, for example, when we look at the francophone speaking country who has their own unified currency, and this currency is being backed in France. So these are examples of issues that has to do with ideological differences among ECOWAS, and this has created a lot of obstacles and also creates administrative bottleneck in achieving their aims and objectives. And also we look at lack of common currency, just like unlike we have in the European Union integration organization. ECOWAS does not have a single currency, so everybody, even despite the fact that you have free movement to move from one country to another, the use of currency create a problem, because at every point you are moving to, you need to be exchanging your currency, and this creates a kind of difficulty for people who will want to interact among each other. Then we'll be looking at the benefit Nigeria has derived from being a member of ECOWAS, because every member state has one or two things to benefit from being a member of an international organization, and Nigeria, as a case study, has some advantage or has some benefit it has derived from being a member of ECOWAS. Then the first one we will look at is regional cooperation. Being a member of ECOWAS, Nigeria has enjoyed cordial relationship, cooperation with its neighboring country because they are all in the same sub-regional organization. They are able to unite, cooperate with each other, and harmonize on a lot of issues. Then the second thing is free movement. The free movement of Nigerians to member countries without visa, because for example now if you are going to Ghana, Benin Republic, though sometimes you may need to have an international, it is required for you to have an international passport to move, but you are not required to apply for a visa. You will be given free visa at entry. You have free movement to travel to all these ECOWAS member countries free without pre-application or having to pay any dime. Also, trade and investment. The economic cooperation and development among ECOWAS member states has aided trade and investment for Nigeria. A lot of Nigeria companies now export their products to the neighboring countries for profit purpose, and this has also helped in improving the economy of Nigeria. Also, we will look at another thing, the peacekeeping mission. Nigerian military forces and paramilitary forces who has participated in ECOWAS peacekeeping operation has really benefited a lot from this. Number one, it has given them the experience, live combat experience, which is different from the practice they had during training. It also creates revenue for them because as they went on those missions, they are being paid extra money, which is different from the salary they are being paid in the different arms of the armed forces that they belong to. Then it also creates job opportunity. Nigeria hosting the headquarters of ECOWAS and some other in Abuja and some other agencies within its territory has been able to benefit from employment in this organization, whether direct employment or indirect employment. Nigeria has benefited. It has created job opportunities and employment for Nigeria within the organization. Then we'll be looking at the practice question. The practice question we'll be looking at today is, what are the benefits derived by the Nigerian state for being a member of ECOWAS? This question is important because even in a similar question is being asked in 2024 WAEC, which focus on United Nations, which is why we will also be looking at this for ECOWAS. The question goes that, looking at what are the benefits Nigeria has derived from being a member of ECOWAS. Part of the benefits are job opportunity, trade and investment, as we previously looked at in the last subtopic we looked at under ECOWAS. Thank you very much.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
In case you have any observation, comment or suggestion on this topic or any other ones, please don't hesitate to reach out to us in any of the social media handle that is being displayed on the screen. Thank you.